In the beginning of the year, he was in my journalism class, and then I got switched, so I was in two of his classes. So I was in his journalism and his PE class, and we became good friends in my PE class.
I know both of you moved to that school from smaller schools. There have been reports that Charles was having a difficult time adjusting to the size of the new high school.
Oh my God,
Did you see that happening?
It seemed to me like he'd rather hang out with like one or two people than a whole bunch of people, and it didn't seem to me like he was having trouble adjusting. It seemed to me that he liked not having a whole bunch of friends.
The two of you did spend some time messaging each other over the computer. I know on a couple of occasions, Emerson, he messaged you to watch out for him on the news, that last Thursday wasn't the first time he'd messaged you something like that. Is that right?
Yeah. Before he had told me at school and told me on the computer that he was going to be on the TV, on the news, but he'd come up with one reason or another why he was going to be on it, and it was usually a lie or a joke.
So last Thursday, before he actually got in that plane and crashed into the Bank of America building, he sent you an email. Tell me about that.
Well, it was an AOL instant message, and the conversation was pretty normal up until towards when he was going to go, and he told me to watch the news on Saturday around 6, that he'd be on it. So I didn't think it was another at first, and then later on in the conversation I asked him why he was going to be on the news, and he said that it was because an airline was thinking of hiring him.
So when you saw the news on Saturday, or I'm not sure when you actually saw it, what was your reaction when you learned that Charles Bishop had piloted that plane into the building?
It was just surprising. I didn't think he'd do something like that. He didn't seem depressed or anything. He just seemed like a normal kid.
I know that Emerson, you had tried to reach Charles over the holidays, send him a couple of messages on the computer, but you were unable to get in touch with him. Do you think something happened in his life over that period of time, something traumatic?
I think maybe something could have happened over the break, but I'm not sure. I mean, he just told me he was busy or he just wouldn't answer me.
Did he ever talk to you about his family, Emerson?
He talked about his mom, like, right before the Christmas break, telling me that she was sick and that she had to get rushed to the hospital because she had an allergic reaction to something.
I know you would like to get in touch with his mom. Is that correct? What would you like to say to her?
I'd like to tell her that I wish I could have done something to stop this from happening, and I was hoping that I could, like, express my sympathy that it's happened, talk to her a little bit.
You've heard Charles described as a loner, as a troubled young man. What would you like people to know about your friend?
That he wasn't troubled or anything. He was a normal kid. Something obviously happened that made him want to do that, and I don't really know what happened to cause him to do that.
Emerson, from what I understand, the FBI has come to your house. They basically shut down your computer, closed your AOL account. Is that correct?
They didn't close the AOL account, but they shut us out for 72 hours.
And what's the reason they've given you for that?
4 months.
They haven't given a reason.
But you figure they're doing some investigating as to the messages that went back and forth between you and Charles?
Yeah.
All right, Emerson Favreau. Emerson, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
It's 18 past the hour. Once again, here's Kate.
Matt, thank you. The serenity of a